Hi, lovely reader. Thank you for stopping by to watch this interesting story. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, and share after listening to this lesson teaching story.
Jessica Adams, the teacher called. Here came a soft voice from the back. I turned to look at her again, but she was staring down at her desk, her hair still hiding her face. I felt a chill run down my spine, but I dismissed it. Maybe she was just shy. My unseen classmate. It was the beginning of my junior year at Crestwood High, a school nestled in the heart of a small town where everyone knew each other. The hallways were filled with the usual chatter of students, the clanging of lockers, and the faint smell of cafeteria food wafting through the air. I was excited to start the year, but little did I know that this would be a year I would never forget. The first day of school was a whirlwind of new faces and familiar ones. I was in a new class, and as I scanned the room, I noticed a girl sitting in the back corner. She had long, dark hair that fell over her face, obscuring her features. I couldn't shake the feeling that I had seen her before, but I brushed it off as a trick of my mind. I took my seat and the teacher began the roll call. Jessica Adams, the teacher called. Here came a soft voice from the back. I turned to look at her again, but she was staring down at her desk, her hair still hiding her face. I felt a chill run down my spine, but I dismissed it. Maybe she was just shy. As the weeks went by, I noticed Jessica more and more. She never spoke in class, and when the teacher asked questions, she would never raise her hand. It was as if she was invisible to everyone but me. I found myself drawn to her, curious about who she was and why she seemed so isolated. I tried to talk to her during lunch, but she would always look away, her eyes fixed on the ground. One day, I decided to sit next to her. "Hey, I'm Sarah," I said, trying to break the ice. She glanced at me, her eyes wide and fearful, before quickly looking away. I felt a pang of sympathy for her. "Do you want to study together for the upcoming math test?" I asked, hoping to draw her out of her shell. She hesitated, then nodded slightly. We exchanged numbers, and I felt a flicker of hope that I could help her. But as the days turned into weeks, our study sessions never materialized. Every time I reached out, she would either ignore my messages or respond with one-word answers. It was frustrating, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Then, one evening, I received a text from an unknown number. "Help me." It was a simple message, but it sent a shiver down my spine. I looked at the number, and it was Jessica's. My heart raced as I typed back, "What do you need help with?" There was no response. I waited for what felt like hours, but nothing came through. Just as I was about to put my phone down, another message popped up. "Meet me at the old school building after dark." I felt a mix of fear and curiosity. The old school building had been abandoned for years, a relic of the past that loomed over our town like a ghost. I knew I shouldn't go, but something compelled me. I had to know what was going on with Jessica. That night, I grabbed a flashlight and made my way to the old building. The moon hung low in the sky, casting eerie shadows on the ground. As I approached the entrance, I felt a chill in the air, and the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. I hesitated, but the thought of Jessica alone in there pushed me forward. The door creaked open, and I stepped inside. The air was stale, and the floorboards groaned under my weight. I called out, "Jessica?" My voice echoed through the empty halls, but there was no response. I felt a knot tighten in my stomach as I ventured deeper into the building. I turned on my flashlight, the beam cutting through the darkness. The walls were covered in peeling paint, and the remnants of old desks and chairs lay scattered around. I felt like I was walking through a graveyard of memories. "Jessica, are you here?" I called again, my voice trembling. Suddenly, I heard a faint whisper. "Help me." It was her voice, but it sounded distant, almost as if it was coming from another room. I followed the sound, my heart pounding in my chest. I turned a corner and saw a flicker of movement out of the corner of my eye. I spun around, but there was nothing there. Jessica?